Okay, so Lorenzo charged at Alessa. That got intercepted by Xavier. And Lorenzo turned this attack into a throw attack by spending the energy cell. So what a throw does is it allows us to, instead of causing damage, we calculate the damage, and that's the distance that the defending model is pushed or thrown in this case. And there may be some damage associated with that. Okay, so let's calculate the damage now. Lorenzo did hit with a total of 13 versus Xavier's total defensive stat of 12. So he won by 1, and his base damage, as noted here on the card, is 6. So he's going to do 6 as the base damage, plus whatever he won the total by. So if they tied, he would just do 6. In this case, he won by 1, so he would do 7, or 7 damage to the target. But because this is a throw, or technically it's a slam, what's going to happen is Lorenzo is going to slam Xavier 7 inches, and you'll see he's going to hit Alessa. So they would go 7 inches, and he's going to hit Alessa. Now, if Alessa had any AP left, she could try to get out of the way on a 6, but Alessa spent all of her AP during her attack. So this impact is going to happen. And what's going to happen is Alessa's going to suffer 1 damage, putting her down to 9. And Xavier is also going to suffer 1 damage, putting him down to 13. Okay? And I'm tracking those with the d20s. So those two are going to hit each other. I'm going to leave them on screen, and we're going to pretend that that's 7 inches away. But it's kind of cool, just so that you could see. So that would be the result of the slam. But now, Lorenzo still has 1 AP left, and he can do this thing here called Dual Buster. Okay, it's going to cost him his final AP. Dual Buster may only be used immediately after resolving a successful attack or charge that causes throw. Well, he just did that. The target of this charge must be the same character that was thrown away. This ability allows Lorenzo to charge even if he's already moved or charged this turn. To use this ability, Lorenzo must remove 1 energy token. So he's going to remove a 2nd energy token. Okay, and he's going to do Dual Buster. That's going to cost him his final AP. So we're going to resolve this charge again. And here we go. So he basically ran up through Xavier into Alessa and then is charging him once again. Okay, so here we go with Lorenzo's 2nd charge as a result of Dual Buster. Xavier has decided, you know what, I'm going to sit here and take this. I'm not going to dodge. So we're going to go with Lorenzo again, who spent an energy token. Is not going to cause throw, though. Instead, he's just going to actually attack, even though he did have to spend the power token. So 4 plus 2 plus 2, that's 8 against Xavier's starting defense of 9. So this can be pretty bad. Not rolling so well, though. 5 is plus 8 is 13 to defense 9. So he's going to do 4 plus 6 there for the base damage against Xavier. So he's going to do a total of 10 damage to Xavier, leaving poor Xavier with 3 damage left. Pretty brutal there, Lorenzo. Okay, so now it's the Dark player's turn to go, and fearing that Xavier may be dead soon, we're going to go ahead and activate Xavier. He has 3 AP, so we're going to make this count. So Xavier is going to spend those 3 AP to do an attack called Fallen from Grace. Actually, we're going to do, let's do a different attack, actually. Let's do Soul Steal. Okay? Xavier recovers life points equal to the damage this attack inflicts. Ooh, this is going to be quite nice. So, spend your final 3 AP there, Xavier. And Xavier's going to spend his Gnosis point against Lorenzo. So Lorenzo has no AP left to dodge, which is fantastic. So we're going to start with Xavier's starting attack of 5. Woo. 5 against Lorenzo's defense of 9. So you can see when a character is has spent all their AP, they're incredibly vulnerable. So you really kind of have to save up those AP and manage your AP for great moments in the game. I thought he did a pretty cool move there by damaging 2 opponents, and he nearly took Xavier out. However, we'll see if Xavier can redeem himself. He's going to need at least a 4 on the better of 2 dice to cause any damage here. And he gets a 5 on the Gnosis. So it's a good thing he spent the Gnosis on that. So he actually, that puts his total at 10 to Lorenzo's 9. So he is going to do 1 plus his damage stat. Now I'm going to show you something interesting about Xavier here. If you look at his damage stat, he's got a base damage of 4, but then he has his secondary attribute, his secondary stat here, which is 9. Let's find out what that means. Dark Hunter. All of Xavier's attacks against light units use the secondary damage attribute. That is crazy. So in other words, Xavier is going to get to do 9 base damage to a light faction character. Oh, crap. Lorenzo is a light faction character. So he's going to do 9 plus the 1 that he beat Lorenzo by, or 10 damage to Lorenzo. Lorenzo is going to then subtract 1 armor from that, and Lorenzo will suffer 9 damage, putting him down to 6 life points. What's going to happen is Xavier is going to gain those back. So Xavier will go up to 9 life points as a result of that attack. Fantastic work there, Xavier. Nice recovery. Okay, so now it is the light player's turn again. And the light player has Kirsten. And Kirsten is going to, she is going to actually do a little bit of maneuvering. So she's going to do a run move. 1, 2. And that is, her run is 12. But she's going to run up 7 to this. She'll lose another 2, and then end her movement on top of this node. And she's kind of played a little bit safe this turn, so she is not going to spend her final action point to claim the node. Okay, so and then finally, Damien is going to go for the dark side. And Damien is going to do a standard walk up to that center objective. And then he will spend his final AP, or his second AP, just claiming that for his team. Okay, so that is the end of the first turn. We count the number of points controlled here. So Clara has 1 for the light side. Damien has 1 for the dark side, and Kirsten did not spend her last AP because she was worried about Damien. So it's a tie, essentially, which means no bonus for either player.